Hey, Nuggets. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Hello, Rodats. TG Vera, hello. Hashtag woke, what's up? Banjo and Kashooty for the PS4, thank you very much. Milkman, what's up? Giamanu, Michael Burrows, hello, hello. Rip Mario Maker, alright. I knew someone was going to bring that up. Probably multiple people are going to bring that up. I've realized I need to just stop saying what I'm going to be doing next on the channel, because this channel is just run by my whims, so I'm still going to do the Mario Maker stream, but when that's going to happen, it'll be soon, but I just, in the moment, I felt like streaming, so I just turned on the stream. And, you know, and I think in the last stream I said that my next video was going to be the pinball video, and that didn't end up happening. I'm still working on that video. It's still going to happen, but, I'll get to things when I get to things. Just Manu is fine? Okay. Hello, Laura Ikoko. Kevin FP. The Real Vibes. Hey, how am I doing? I'm pretty good. Things are going well. I hit 20,000 subscribers today, and, you know, it's pretty arbitrary, and who really cares? It's nice that the channel is growing, but I figured, whatever. It's a milestone. I'll just turn on the stream and hang out with everyone. Yeah, it's cool. I'm happy about it. I was hoping to, get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we just made it. So that's nice. Channel is growing, which is cool. Yeah, I'm very kind of in the moment kind of person. I make plans for things, but I don't hold myself to them. I'm very open to just allow myself to do whatever and go in any direction I feel like at a moment's notice. Manu, or just Manu, you said. I thought the same thing when I first saw Trip, but then I remembered not Espio, though. He spins like a top, so he is an outlier. Thank you, Real Vibes. Yeah, I'm feeling better now. Feeling fine. Feeling back to normal. What would I do with a Mania 2? I don't really want a Mania 2. I'm so done with nostalgia stuff in general. Can we just not? Can we just make new things? I would prefer new things. I never wanted a Mania 2, even right after Mania. And everyone's like, Mania 2? I'm like, no Mania 2. Superstars is much closer to what I would want as the next 2D Sonic game after Mania. Just a new thing. It's not as new as I wish it was, but I'll take this over another Nostalgia Fest. Do Superstars even have new things? I mean, some new things, not a lot. It's got a new character. It's got 4-player co-op. It's got Chaos Emerald abilities. Those are new things. I wish there were more new things, but it's something. Did I hear about the 8GB patch for Superstars that changes nothing? No, I didn't. Is that a thing? Did that happen? I imagine it was for the Christmas update, right? With the new costume for Sonic. But it's 8GB? You wish they had the balls to call Superstars Sonic 4? Whatever. I think the ship has sailed on Sonic 4. In terms of level design, Mania or Superstars, well, I haven't time attacked Superstars yet, so I can't say 100%, but just off of what I've already played, I'd probably say Mania. If I had to choose between an Adventure Remake Pack or all Advance and 2D Boost Remaster collections, which would I choose? Big question about that. What kind of remakes are we talking for the Adventure games? Are they, like, faithful remakes, or are they, like, you know, your FF7, Samus Returns, we're gonna make a different video game kind of remakes? Because that changes my answer. I also don't like the way that they handle classic Sonic, but what I don't like about it is actually different than what other people don't like about it. I want to talk about it in a video eventually. This is pre-recorded footage. I like this format of having pre-recorded footage running in the background that I can comment on if I feel like it at a moment to moment, but for the most part, we can all just hang out and talk. I think this works well, because playing games and reading chat is difficult. I can't read as much chat as I would want to, and it's distracting me from playing the game and enjoying it. Whereas this, I get the best of both worlds. I get to play the game and, you know, take it in, and then I can just talk with you all. Hello there, Loop. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much, Lala Guy. Frankie Hedgehog, you're very welcome. I'm glad that people are getting used out of that spreadsheet. I've been seeing a lot of people in there using it a bunch since I posted that video. I'm very happy about it. Hey, Subsonic Sparkle. Happy holidays to you as well. Brother, are you talking about Dream Team? Because that's kind of the closest we've had to classic physics in 3D. Inglefingle, you admire me for being such a novice gamer, but still having the drive to keep playing? What? If there is anything I would refer to myself as, it's certainly not a novice gamer. Yeah, Rodats, that is what the spreadsheet is for. By the way, this is not playing with any mods or anything. This is back from when Superstars first came out. Just some random footage I had that I figured would work well as background for just hanging out with everyone. Oh, you mean Superstars, brother. Well, I mean, yeah, it's like in 3D, but I want to see like 3D classic gameplay. Full 3D. Yeah, Kevin, I don't know. Was that trolling? I'm confused. I'm very confused by that question. Or that comment. Out of the 5 revivals, Sega announced that the Game Awards, which am I most excited for? Probably Shinobi. Because they haven't made a Shinobi in forever. And Shinobi is so sick, dude. Because, you know, Jet Set Radio, we already got Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, so I'm, like, satisfied for now. Same thing with Streets of Rage 4. But Shinobi, yes. Especially with Lizard Cube doing the visuals on it. Very excited for that. Did I ever try the Sonic Frontiers Update 3 patch? You mean the most recent update? Because Update 3 was the Final Horizon. No, I never checked out the new patch. I'll do it when I go back to play for the review. Thank you, Lego Spider-Man. I appreciate it. New Rise Star eventually? That would be pretty sick. I would love to see a new Rise Star. Cool, Blue Star. I'm glad I have sparked your interest in Japanese Sonic stuff. Yeah, we'll see, Frankie Hedgehog. 3D beat-em-ups is an interesting thing. There's been many different attempts at it. We'll see how they do. If you've never played any of the Shinobis Reese Gaming, I would definitely recommend it. Shinobi 3 on Genesis is a great one. Shinobi on PS2, also very good. The 3DS Shinobi, also a good starting point, I would say. Yeah, brother, right there with you. The Emerald Powers, I don't really like using them in the levels, because they kind of, like, mess with the pacing, and they feel very out of place. Like, they don't mesh with the physics-based platforming. Whereas, in the boss fights, I'm like, let's get this done as quickly as possible. Oh yeah, here's where I accidentally went into a special stage ring, and I have the Chaos Emeralds for this, so I'm just like, get me out of here as quickly as possible, just fall immediately. That's why I like the mod that you can, once you get all the Chaos Emeralds, the blue rings, you can just collect them and they just give you the medal immediately, so you don't have to do that. Great mod. Check it out in my spreadsheet. Yeah, Shadow Dancer is also very good, as Subsonic Sparkle says. I definitely would not agree with that, Ivan. This game looks much better than either Sonic 4, if you ask me. Did I ever make a video on my overall thoughts on Superstars? No, I did not. But my thoughts haven't really changed since the Let's Play I did of it, because I haven't played that much more of it. I did the trip playthrough here, and then I did the final boss, and that's all I've done so far. And my thoughts are pretty much the same as what they were before. You'll get the full details when I get to it, and Sonic was always good. You're welcome, Kevin FP. Glad you like it. One of the earliest videos I ever did was on Cyberhook. It's a cool game. There's DLC for it that I've yet to pick up, but I want to. Am I into Mega Man at all? I have not played very many Mega Man games. I want to get into it more. Probably will do videos on the series eventually. Would I ever do a video on my ideal Sonic game? I'll probably do more than that. A lot of people do, what's your ideal Sonic game? That's, let's do something more interesting. But I'm gonna save the details for the future. Megazap, am I ignoring you? I'm not ignoring you, I'm sorry. There's a lot of people talking in chat. I can't see everything. Yeah, the final boss in Secret Rings is not very good. Full of randomness. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like my stuff. Thanks to everyone hanging out here, everyone that watches my videos and comments and everything. I really appreciate that all you like my stuff, like hanging out with me, like listening to me talk about video games. It's great. I love it. It's awesome. We still talking about that weird novice stuff? What is my favorite Kirby copy abilities? I usually like the wrestling suplex powers. They're very fun. I liked a lot of the powers in Star Allies, actually. You know, the game isn't the best in the world, but like the pole one in that was pretty fun. You know, and a lot of the powers from the later games are great, because they have like really big, crazy movesets, like the cowboy power. There's just so many good powers. It's hard to pick. Yeah, Yo-Yo is very fun. Dude, I've never played a Mario game in my life? What are you talking about? I've now played all the 2D Marios. I've played all the 3D Marios, plus, like, you know, Mario Kart and Party and all that crap. Let alone any decent RPGs or game that are longer with 5 hours with hacks and save states. What? I've played tons and tons of games. Go check out, I did a stream where I talked about my top 200 games. I've played a lot of games, a lot of long games. I've played tons of games without mods or hacks or whatever. I play a lot. And I have played a number of quality RPGs. They're just not my thing, generally. Do I ever feel pressure or stress from having so many people scrutinizing your opinions? Yes, but I'm getting better at dealing with that. What's my favorite non-autistic game? How can a game be autistic? That doesn't make any sense. You know what? You know what? You know what? Fuck it. There we go. Face reveal, says Media Mucker Moocher. Yeah, I got a face reveal. It's my fucking profile. That's my face. What, you thought that was a mask? By the way, how's the audio on the game? Not too loud, not too quiet? Yeah, well, you know, had to do it to him. Audio good? Okay, cool. We all know what an autistic game is. Come on, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm not, like, in the internet lingo enough or whatever, but I just play games and enjoy them. I don't... What kinds of games do autistic people like? I mean, I know they like Sonic. I hear that a lot. I know a lot of people in the Sonic community are autistic. But I don't know. I just play games. Opinions on the soundtrack? I have the same opinion as everyone else. There are a couple of tracks here and there that are pretty good, but for the most part, Undertale is a great example. I see, like, do people with autism like that more than just anybody? I don't know. Yes, I am with Rodats. I just like games. Yeah, what's wrong with being autistic? Why is that, like, a thing? What does it matter? Who cares? Yeah, this right here, by the way, this part of Superstars, I learned that the level loops here. I didn't know that. I did not know that this game had looping levels until that experiment right there. Very weird, looping levels. I'm not really a fan of the looping levels in Sonic games, because they're very confusing and difficult to tell what is a top route, because there's no top. You just keep going up or down forever. Oh my god, 50 euros, which I don't know how many dollars that is, from Space Cowboy. Holy shit, dude, thank you so much. That's so generous of you. I really appreciate that. Haven't commented much, but been loving your videos for a while now. Tons of respect, dude. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like my stuff. I really, really do appreciate it. Just watching from everybody, I really appreciate that. But Space Cowboy, you're a champion. That's so nice of you, dude. Thank you so much. Favorite Metroid game? Is it cheating to say AM2R? Because that's my favorite Metroid game. I haven't played Dread yet, though, so that's probably a solid contender. If not AM2R, I would say Zero Mission. No, I would not say AM2R is cheating. That game is so good. What even is a speed jungle? It's a jungle where you can move really fast by grinding on the vines. Favorite Sonic character? Probably Shadow, I would say off the top of my head, but you know, hard to pick. Pato, yeah, she's kind of a hybrid of all the other characters because she plays through all the levels, including all the character-exclusive levels, so she's kind of built to be able to tackle everything that everyone can do. Her double jump, you know, obviously Amy has that, but it also lets her navigate areas that Tails can normally only get through with flying. Plus her wall and ceiling climbing obviously gives her overlap with Knuckles, and when she's in the, like, spike form, she can interact with things like Amy's hammer. So she's kind of meant to be, yeah, sort of everyone together. She's also, like, the Knuckles mode as, you know, equivalent to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. She's, like, the hard mode second playthrough where the level design is altered for her. It's pretty cool. I saw a bunch of people really didn't like the Trip playthrough, and again, maybe this is just me not really seeing what everyone's dealing with when it comes to Superstars in general. I thought it was fine. I thought it was fun. She's a bit harder. but I thought that the trip story was a good time. Please skip the boss fights. Well, I'm not playing right now. This is pre-recorded. Just background while we hang out. Plus, you can't skip the boss fights. They're the best part of the game. Have I read any of the Sonic comics or not my thing? I've read some of them here and there, but I've not, like, read a lot or followed any particular comic much. Why does YouTube keep shoving inappropriate ads at you for some reason? Because that's how YouTube do. It finds like 3 ads to show you, and then it will just show them to you endlessly forever, and you want to kill yourself by the end of it. Have I ever been to Japan? No, but I want to soon. Are you guys getting a lot of ads? I mess with the ad settings a little bit. Is it too frequent? I could try turning it down. This fight was so boring to do. All the fights are boring to do. Yeah, you're getting a lot? Okay, let me see. Can I alter the ad frequency? Yes, I can. Okay, there. I changed the ad frequency. That should be better. I tried futzing around with it a little bit, because sometimes if you let YouTube automatically do ads for you, it's like a total mess. I sometimes look at my videos when I upload them, or the streams, and they like spam like a million ads right at the beginning of a video. And it's like awful. It's like every 4 minutes you get plowed with an ad, and then like the last 20-30 minutes of the video there's nothing. And I'm like, that's just terrible. So I manually place the ads on all my videos to space them out 10 minutes apart. I hope that's not too much. I feel like that's okay spacing there. And I was trying to do that with the streams as well, because I wasn't exactly sure how YouTube was automatically doing it. Yeah, YouTube ads is pretty bad. Have I seen Project Shadow Sonic 3 prequel fan film? No, I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. How did I get the Japanese versions of the Sonic games? I didn't. A lot of Sonic games you can just switch to Japanese voices. John Wick, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you like my stuff. Any tips for running a channel or gaining exposure? Do what everybody else does, and not what I do. I don't do things that would be better for channel growth and views and making money. And I do things that I shouldn't do, because I want to play by my own rules, and it's probably not the smart thing to do that. But that's what I do. Someone, I'm sorry you feel that way. I try to still interact with comments and stuff as much as I can, and there's a lot of names that I see regularly that I recognize. I can't say I agree that you feel bad about that, because I don't. Growth is obviously a very good thing for me, and it's a good thing for you too, because it means I make more money through YouTube, and thus I can make more videos. So, you know, I understand a little bit. Do I clickbait? Well, that's up to you. It's your opinion. But I try not to be very annoying with thumbnails and titles and stuff. Oh, you're just joking, kinda? I mean, I get it sometimes. If you're, like, part of a small little community that's not very well known, and it's like, you know, there's a nice little exclusive club feeling there, and then it blows up, and then, oh, well, now it's way bigger, and it gets all corporate-y or whatever. I totally get that. I felt that way about some things sometimes. You never agree with any of my opinions? Well, that's because we're different people, and you know what? That's fine. We don't have to agree. Thank you, Chili Pepper. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to always just be me, just be real. And yeah, I try to avoid the same talking points that we've all done a million times over. I try to bring something new to the table, to the best of my ability. Thank you, AI Emeralds, Al Emeralds, I think that's Nell. I appreciate you enjoying my stuff. Welcome to the stream. I'm not actually playing Cosmo the Clown. This is pre-recorded background footage. How would I rank Superstars amongst the rest of the classic games? I would say it's, you know, relatively in line with how much I enjoy them, like on an overall scale, but I don't think it compares to, you know, the best of the games, you know, 2, 3K Mania. But I can't say for certain until I have time attack the game. But I like it. I think it's really good. I'll probably play this over Sonic 1 or CD, for example. Have I heard of Undertale Yellow? Thank you very much, Reset. I appreciate it. I've seen the name. That's literally all I know. I assume it's like an Undertale fan game or something. And Mike, $10 donation. Thank you very much. Love your videos. I hope your channel grows exponentially. That'd be nice. We'll see. We'll see. I'm glad you enjoy my stuff. I'm gonna keep at it. Will do, John Wick. Thoughts on Sonic Advance 1 level design? I like the level design of Sonic Advance 1. It's very mean. Which I kinda like. I kinda like games that are mean. I think that's fun, if you do it right. And I think Advance 1 does it pretty okay. It really is trying to teach you the lessons of how to play Sonic well, and it really punishes you for not learning. Speaking of not learning, here's where I die. Because I was just holding right and I missed, like, the win thing that's supposed to send you forward. Yeah, it's fully complete and free. I should check it out. So I assume that's talking about Undertale Yellow. Okay, I'll give it a look. I'll see what's up. I still haven't even played Deltarune. Are great to listen to in the background. Yeah, a lot of people say that about my videos, which, you know, makes sense. A lot of it's just me yammering on. Opinions on Kaizo-style platformers? I've never played any Kaizo game before, so can't really say. Am I planning on moving to Twitch? No. I was thinking about it for a while, but I've decided not to because it's easier on YouTube because it just automatically archives the stream as a video, so I don't have to manually take it from Twitch and then move it to YouTube and upload it, and, you know, uploading an hours-long stream is going to take forever. Much easier this way. Plus, you know, my audience is already here. Thoughts on Undertale? I mean, same thoughts as everyone. It's great. Hysterian, thank you very much. Sorry, by the way, that I am not catching everything in chat, but there is a lot of people in here right now. I'm doing my best. Give me a break. Twitch has become a shitty platform. I don't know. Has it? I literally don't know. I almost never go to Twitch. The only time I ever go to Twitch is to hang out and Stelmo's stream occasionally, and that's really it. I'm not much of a stream person myself as far as being a viewer goes. I haven't watched streams in a very long time, like, regularly. Clinton, how am I doing? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, and thanks for showing up for the stream. Listening while reorganizing your room? Yeah, go for it. This is what happens when I go Sonic famous. Am I Sonic famous? I kind of feel like I'm still relatively small, but I see my name sometimes come up in discussions online, and I know other like big Sonic tubers know me. I've talked with a number of them, collaborated with a couple, which is cool. But I don't know, I still feel like I'm relatively small time. But hey, I got 20,000 subscribers now, so that's a milestone, right? We're getting somewhere in the world. Have I seen the announcement for the new One Piece anime? No, I didn't. There's a new One Piece anime? What's that all about? What about the existing One Piece anime? What's going on there? See you later, Dread. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, what does it even mean to be Sonic famous? I don't know. I've seen my name come up occasionally here and there on the subreddit. Little bit. And I feel like I've seen the impact of my videos, because I've seen sometimes discussions about Shadow the Hedgehog come up on the subreddit, and I see sometimes people get in there and they're like, no, actually, the story's really good. It's about, you know, Shadow choosing to be someone different, and I'm like, that was me. I said that. No one talked about that until my video. I mean, obviously, I can't really say I'm taking credit for that, but you never know. It might be they watched my video. Maybe. I never saw people talk about that very much prior to the video going up. Yeah, some people have said that a couple times, that I feel like I would have a lot more subscribers, but, you know, I'm still relatively new to this thing. I've been making videos now for, like, 2.5 years, I think, something like that. And, algorithms, you know, it just is how it is. It's a new anime by the Attack on Titan studio, probably with much tighter pacing. I mean, that would be very nice, because the One Piece anime has such atrocious pacing. But is it just like a retelling of the anime, of the manga, again? But they're just gonna, like, not let it take forever? That actually sounds great, because that's why I stopped watching the One Piece anime, is that it was just so slow-paced. Yeah? Okay. That's cool. I would be interested in that, kind of like a Dragon Ball Kai thing for One Piece, except they're actually just redoing it completely. It's nice. I like that. Damn, Subsonic Sparkle, you've taken on that term. I don't like that term because it's, like, it's very clunky to say it, but, like, that is literally what it is. It's a trap that punishes you for being passive and letting the game play itself. Like, what would be a better term for that? If you just called it a speed trap, that wouldn't properly communicate what it is. I'm in the README for AS2R. What is AS2R? You think SRB2 has gotten bad with the new update? I heard about the new update. They, like, changed some of the level design or something, right? I haven't checked it out yet or really seen much about it. Are people not liking it? If I could get a faithful direct sequel to an existing Sonic game, what would my choice be? Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That would be my choice. Thoughts on Everything Ever All at Once? Never saw it. So, a good Sonic 4? Not a good Sonic 4. I mean, obviously I would want it to be good, but a real Sonic 4. A proper Sonic 4. One that does it all right. Because of all the candidates we have for Sonic 4, none of them are quite right, in my opinion. So Mania? No! Mania definitely is not adequate to call that Sonic 4 for me. I'm gonna talk about that eventually. Have I seen Godzilla -1? I'm going tomorrow. I'm really excited to see that movie. It looks really, really good. Did they ever actually find the thing in One Piece, or is that kind of irrelevant? They're still going for it. It's still happened. Literally the entire series is that. And I think the creator has said that he is building up to the final story arc, but that doesn't mean too much, because One Piece story arcs go on for, like, 7 years. Hey, Rescue Squad Culp, welcome to the stream. You think the Thok change makes so much sense? Yeah, I remember seeing that they were talking about replacing the Thok in SRB2 with a new ability. What'd they give him? What's his new ability? I assume it's not just a drop dash, right? The story of Sonic Mania when? I mean, Sonic Mania doesn't really have a story, so I'm probably just gonna bundle it in real quick with the story of Sonic Forces. Have I seen the Owl House? That name sounds familiar to me, but I have not seen it. Yes, GNR, I agree. That makes it ineligible. See, Sonic Adventure in many ways is Sonic 4, except in the gameplay. In, you know, the gameplay and general design, it's a completely different game, so that doesn't count either. Also, another thing I would say that disqualifies Mania is that it doesn't progress the series in any way. It's just Sonic 3 and Knuckles again. Sonic 4 would need to build off of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Which, in that sense, you know, Superstars is kind of the closest candidate, but I feel this one is still off as well. Well, I do more character analysis videos like what I did for Amy. I was actually just thinking about that recently. I have some ideas for character analysis stuff I might do. Although the Amy video wasn't really a character analysis, it was more talking about like a specific topic on the character that I think is worth discussing. And I might do more stuff like that for other characters. As well as maybe, you know, talking about concepts or ideas of how we could maybe improve characters that perhaps need it. Like Silver. Yeah, Sonic Advance is often brought up in the Sonic 4 conversation, but I would say that's also ineligible because Sonic Advance is just a Sonic 2 homage, so that does not count either. Also, it backsteps a lot of things from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic 4, like if you look at the trajectory of the original Sonic games, 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, every game added more on top of the last one. More characters, more mechanics, more powers, more abilities. More special stages, more Chaos Emeralds, more this, more that, more bosses. You know, a boss every level instead of every zone in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. More, but Sonic Advance is less in many respects, so it doesn't qualify as Sonic 4 in my opinion. Can we not talk about Sonic 4 at all? Well, we're talking about the concept of Sonic 4. We're not talking about the game Sonic 4. Mike, if you like that stuff, then I got some things in the works that you should enjoy. But I'm not gonna say when it's coming out, because I gotta stop saying that, because it never ends up being what I say. Yeah, I haven't looked, actually, at the Japanese version of Frontier's story yet. But when I played through the game, I played in Japanese, and I could hear that what they were saying did not match the subtitles. And what I could understand, I kind of was liking the Japanese version of the story more. Do I consider Frontiers the real SA2? What? I'm guessing this is a play on the Sonic 4 discussion, because that is, that's weird. You'd say Sonic CD is definitely 1.5. I mean, Sonic CD, I would say, is also Sonic 2, but it's like an alternate Sonic 2. How do I think humans in Sonic should be handled? Like how they were handled originally, and for, well, not really for a while, because for a while it was kind of weird, where it's like a world of humans, and there's like 12 Sonic characters. Basically just like a Dragon Ball world. They're animals, they're humans, and they just live together. That's it, that's all I want. If you want to go a little bit more, you could say that maybe humans live in more populated urban areas like cities, and animals live, you know, more out in nature, in more like rural environments with less reliance on technology. I think that would be appropriate, that would be fitting. Yeah, there's rider sound effects in this game. I think there's also some adventure sound effects, right? This and Frontiers both reuse sound effects from a couple of games. Did I see the new scrapped content from Sonic 2? No, I didn't, but I saw that there was news about it. What was shown? Blurry, thank you very much. Yes, cool. Nice, nice milestone. We're getting up there in the world, sort of. Yeah, but Descartes, I mean, like, you know, where it actually matters. Descartes. How do I pronounce that? That seems like a name in a different language. Frontiers is a game that should have been made 20 years ago. Well, Blue Star, Frontiers couldn't have been made 20 years ago because Breath of the Wild didn't exist for them to rip it off. Play Half-Life yet? No, I haven't. I've been busy. I've been working on a lot of videos. I mentioned that in a previous stream that I wasn't uploading as much because I've been working on a lot of big stuff, and like that Sonic best version video, that was one of those things that I've been working on, updating the spreadsheet and getting all that stuff together. And I'm working on other big things. Dayart, yeah, French math dude. Okay, yeah, I figured it was something like that because I have heard of Dayart. Okay, got it. We got a recreation of Cyber City Zone using the original level design blueprint. I mean, the original level design of Cyber City, Genocide City, that's been around for a while. I was just looking at that not too long ago. And like we've known about the color palette and, you know, even that some of the assets went into Sonic Spinball and another game by Sega. I forget what it was, but I guess there's more info now. Glad you learned about some new stuff, Pato. Wait, I consider Sonic Frontiers a Breath of the Wild ripoff? I mean, it's not really an I consider it thing. It's, that's an objective fact kind of thing. Oh, they also showed some Christmas-looking stuff, in Sonic 2? Yeah, I remember in something, there was an interview with someone that worked on Sonic 2 where they said that there was gonna be a snow-themed zone. But that, like, is literally all we ever knew about it, is that there would be one. Superstars better than Frontiers? Maybe? Hard to say. Hard to compare, because they're very different kinds of games, and I haven't fully gotten everything out of either of them yet, really. That you got tired of Sonic 3 and Knuckles? I mean, I think that's totally reasonable. If you play any game enough, you'll eventually get tired of it. Oh, that's cool. Subsonic Sparkle. One of the artists who did a Sonic 2 is going to talk about it? Sweet. That's interesting. Sky Chase was originally composed for that Christmas level, huh? I've seen many Sonic fan projects that have tried to, like, recreate the cut zones from Sonic 2, you know, which mainly they're just working off of Wood Zone because that has something, and everything else they just make up the levels based off of, you know, concepts and, like, that screenshot of the desert level and stuff, and then they just make it all up themselves, which is cool. But it's nice to get more info. Opinion on Shadow Skin for Sonic Superstars? Eh. Whatever. Yeah, there's been a lot of recreations of Wood Zone, but I feel like none of them have really gotten it right, because a lot of them, they just take the exact level design, but almost certainly that's not what the final level design of Wood Zone would have been. It's clearly very early, probably all just placeholder stuff. I think an accurate Wood Zone would have to, like, take inspiration from the final Wood Zone, but, like, really change it up and do a lot more. Even the sprites, I think. Those are not final sprites. No way. You'd love a recreation of the original Sonic 2 concept? There is a fan project trying to do that. I forget what it's called, like Sonic 2 Time something? I forget what it's called, but yeah, they're trying to recreate, like, the original concepts of Sonic 2 with time travel and everything. You probably won't get sick of Sonic CD. Recently tried out Miracle Edition, and it's great. Yeah, Miracle Edition is really cool. If I could go back in time and change how Sonic would first be handled in 3D, how would it look? That is something that I'm gonna save for a video. No, not Time Twisted. I forget what it's called. Have I tried the Sonic Galactic demo? Well, I played the first one. Is there a new one? Have I considered playing Alan Wake 2? Absolutely. I love the first Alan Wake. I just haven't gotten around to the second one yet. I love Remedy. You know, there's a lot of games that are like, you know, the AAA, cinematic, whatever games. And normally, I don't really care about those kinds of games, but Remedy, they do it better than everyone. Like, their movies are like the real version of, like, cinematic movie-style video game, and then everything else is just drivel, in my opinion. Do I think classic and modern Sonic should be written any differently? Like, differently from how they are, or differently from each other? Good question. I don't know. I mean, definitely differently than how they are. Differently from each other? You could do something like that, and that could be interesting. Different from each other. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to that. Depends what you did. Depends what you did, I would say. One more ad now, says Rodads. 3 so far from the start of the stream. I mean, yeah, there are ads on the stream. 3 doesn't sound too bad. We've been going for like, what, 45 minutes or something like that? Oh god, Heavy Rain, Subsonic Sparkle. Jesus Christ. David Cage games are... Oh god. Oh god. Mao, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Who's my favorite Kirby character? I mean, there's not a lot to Kirby characters, so it's basically just like, who do you like the design of the most? I mean, it's basically just like Kirby and Meta Knight are the only viable candidates, right? Who else would be someone's favorite Kirby character besides DDD, I guess? I think I'm gonna say Meta Knight. Because Meta Knight is, cool, but he's also a Kirby character, so he's, like, whether he likes it or not, he ends up being adorable. And there's a nice contrast there. Adeline is very cute, that's true. But she's not my favorite Kirby character. Which game or show would I say best represented Sonic's personality? Unleashed. Yeah, Subsonic Sparkle. I definitely agree. Some of the music in this game is quite good, and then a lot of it is like, eh. I mean, it's not, like, painful to listen to, but it's just weak. It's just weak. Sectonia? That's the bee from Triple Deluxe, right? I honestly don't remember much about that character. Have I watched Yu Yu Hakusho live action? I've never watched Yu Yu Hakusho in general. That was before my time. I was a very tiny child when Yu Yu Hakusho was airing on Toonami. Was it even Toonami back then? I don't even know. Yeah, I never really watched it. Yeah, I would agree with that, Subsonic Sparkle. It's obviously because they had different musicians doing the music, and they have different styles, which is, and obviously a lot of people don't like Jun Sonoe's music, and it's a big shame, because I was recently, you know, to get footage together for, the big video about all the mods and stuff, I was, playing a lot of older Sonic games just, you know, for a little bit here and there to get footage, and, like, playing Sonic Adventure 2 again, man, that game has such a, like, strong, coherent vision, with both, like, the visuals and the tone and the style and everything, and the music plays really well into that. How every character has their own style of music that, you know, permeates all of their levels. It's really effective and really good, and Shadow the Hedgehog, I really like the music in that as well. That kind of, like, aggressive rock that permeates that whole game, it's so good. They gotta let Jun do more fucking rock again. That's his strong suit. Yeah, I agree, Zapperix. Jun's best music was definitely 3D Blast for, like, Genesis-style stuff. Also, of course, Black Knight. I don't think the in-game, like, level music in Black Knight is that great. It's kind of forgettable, but the story music that plays during the cutscenes and stuff is so good in Black Knight. It's ridiculous. Yeah, someone. What's up with that? I thought that the Super game was gonna be a game, and not just we're making many smaller games. I thought that they were investing huge into, like, a singular big project that would tank the company. But I'm glad they're not doing that. I'd much rather many different games. What would my dream Sonic show be? You know, I would love if we got something very episodic, where we just follow Sonic on his adventures traveling the world. Like, think of something like Kino's Journey or Mushishi or something like that, where there's no real main overarching story, no real important plot. You can watch any episode in any order, basically. It's just a character traveling around, running into different people in different situations and what they deal with it. Well, you make all those people in all those situations, you know, Sonic characters, and they get into trouble. Eggman's doing bad stuff. Sonic saves the day, helps people work through their problems. I would love that. I think that would be fucking amazing. Sounds like Lupin? Yeah, that kind of too. I didn't use that example because I've never watched Lupin, so I don't actually know. He means Sonic Boom if it was great. I mean, Sonic Boom is very far from what I just said. Sonic Boom is like a sitcom, slice-of-life comedy thing, with... no. The sand is so loud. Is it? Should I lower it a little bit? Isn't Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog kind of like that? It actually is. I went back to it recently, and I was surprised that, like, it feels in many ways quite accurate to Sonic, and then it just applies like a Looney Tunes coat of paint over it. But a lot about Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is actually kind of faithful to the games, which is weird. Yeah, exactly, Subsonic Sparkle. You can do that kind of, like, traveler, episodic, running into things with many different tones, and I think it would be perfect for Sonic. You think Sonic will teach Shadow how to Fortnite dance? That could happen. That could be the moment where Sonic connects with Shadow and gets through to him finally, when they start Fortnite dancing together. Yeah, Dayart, like the wheelchair girl episode of Sonic X. Yeah, if you had a show that was entirely made of little stories like that, I would love that. That would be perfect Sonic to me. Did I like the Sonic movies? I only saw the first one, and it was whatever. Yeah, GNR, that kind of thing could work as well. If you're not doing, like, singular episodes, you could do, like, story arcs in that same kind of way, where, yeah, you go to an island, some big things going on, we have a whole season to deal with it or whatever, or many episodes, and then we move on to the next isolated adventure. And you can have, you know, some things showing back up here and there, a character reappears every so often. Yeah, stuff like that would be great for Sonic, like kind of like an Avatar Last Airbender structure. Does Sonic Sat AM count? Oh god, I'm getting so many questions. I'm losing track of where even we were. does Sonic's at AM count or too story focused? Count as what? I'm not. I've lost track of the conversation. How would I handle Sonic Prime? Well, I only watched the first 8 episodes of Sonic Prime, and I would say that they're doing a fairly decent job for the most part. The only thing I would really want to do is just, you know, change the tone a little bit and change the character writing. But overall, I don't really have that much problem with it, other than I'm just annoyed by multiverses. But that's the concept of the show, so it is what it is. We were talking about Sonic. We're always talking about Sonic, ZB. That doesn't help me at all. No, I did not watch the new trailer for Sonic Prime. I have a thing that I do with stuff like that, where I explicitly don't watch trailers of things that I'm already going to get or watch or play or whatever. Like, trailers are commercials to make you want to buy the thing. But if I'm already going to buy it, I'd rather not watch trailers and get spoiled and rather go in prepped. Pariah, do I know Sonic personally? Yes. Yeah, Subsonic Sparkle. I think for this fight, I untransform because you can't actually fight the boss properly. You can't hit the things back. But no, I do stay in this form because you can. It's the blue ones, I forgot. How this fight works. Oh yeah, also trailers are kind of terrible these days. Thanks, ZB. That really clarified it. The sound effects are so loud. Okay, let me lower that a bit more. So it would have a similar structure to the Kirby anime. Well, Kevin FP, Kirby is like set in one location with like a set cast of characters. In my head, this show, Sonic is the only recurring character, and he's always traveling to new locations every single episode. And you know, occasionally characters like Tails or Amy can show up every so often in a couple of episodes, but for the most part, it'll just be Sonic and he gets involved in some new adventure, is what I would like to see. Yeah, Milkman, I got all sappy in that video, but you know, it's kind of like a figure of speech sort of thing. Make a Yakuza retrospective? Well, it wouldn't be really a retrospective because I've never played the Yakuza series beyond Zero, so it would just be playing the games. Which I definitely want to do because I love Yakuza 0. I just gotta get around to it. I got a lot of games I want to play and not a lot of time. What do I think of Force's concept and ideas? You know, I hear a lot of people say that Forces had potential if they did it right. And I don't know if I agree with that. I'll leave it at that for now, because there's obviously a lot more to talk about there. Yeah, Subsonic Sparkle. I know, you're probably right about that. I think it would be fine to have Sonic be by himself, but yeah, I mean, no one's gonna let, like, a Samurai Jack type show fly for kids anymore, so, I mean, if he's gotta have a companion with him all the time, just make it Tails. That works. Yeah, I mean, the bosses in this game are just terrible. Yeah, I would agree with that a little bit, Blue Star. I think Junichi's voice for Sonic has a little bit of cute factor to it. That works. Hey, Soul Binku, welcome to the stream. Am I interested in Final Fantasy 16 or Stranger of Paradise? Definitely interested in 16. Looks awesome. Waiting for the PC port of it. Stranger of Paradise? I don't know. There's a lot of Souls-likes out there. Is it a good one? Subsonic Sparkle, I really didn't have much issue with the level design at any point in this game. I know a lot of people say that once you get to like the halfway mark in Superstars, the level design goes downhill. I did not feel that playing through the game. It all felt pretty good to me. Should you really buy Sonic Superstars? It's up to you. I would say that I enjoyed the game thoroughly, playing through it. I think it's a really fun Sonic game. You haven't played Stranger of Paradise, but it looks like really fun and a bit different from other Souls-likes. Yeah, I haven't looked at it in a lot of detail, so I don't know. Damn, look at that. Look at that platform move right out of the way from under me. That's good use of the zone gimmick here. I like the piston zone in this. The problem is not the level design, it's the zoom of the camera. Yeah, I haven't actually compared, like, the character, how much space they take up on the screen compared to, like, the classic Sonic games. Is it more zoomed in than the other games? Because it feels like it is, a little bit. Has anyone checked on that? Would I say the Trip campaign is better than the base campaign? Probably not. I don't know if I'd say it's worse. It's just kind of different. I guess I would say it's weaker in just that you are playing through the same levels again. But they're fairly remixed, and I think they take good advantage of her abilities. So I was fine with it. Yes, it is. Mod the game. I have modded the game. I'm just curious, like, if you actually, like, put them side by side, are the characters actually, like, is the camera more zoomed in this compared to the other games? I haven't, like, seen side by side comparisons. Because, I mean, visibility is a problem in the old games, too. Especially in the originals when they were 4x3. Did the sales skyrocket after the price drop? Was there a price drop, or did they just put it on sale? I mean, yeah, obviously. The people were complaining all the time that this game is $60. Because, you know, it's just a 2D platformer that you can beat in a couple hours. Unlike Mario Wonder, a 2D platformer that you can beat in a couple hours, that one is worth $60 because it is. Mini-chan, new box, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yeah, it's classic Sonic Team, making you play through the story again to get the true ending. Five-hour story video for Mean Bean Machine when? I'll get back to you on that. Mania is 20 and Superstars is 60. That is a very fair point. Although I would say you could argue that Mania was maybe underpriced at 20. I paid $40 for Mania. I bought 2 copies of it, and I'm perfectly happy with that. Could RZS make more Sonic games? I'm sure. Why not? I think they did a pretty good job with this game. Just fire whoever was in charge of the boss design. You know, in fact, I'll say definitely to keeping RZS for more Sonic games, just because I want more Naoto Oshima influence on the future of Sonic. Well, Tropical Freeze is another just basic 2D platformer that you can beat in a couple hours. So, I don't really see how that is really hurting it that much. I mean, obviously, Tropical Freeze is a much better game. But are we talking, like, the complaints with price is always, like, about length and, like, the fact that it's a 2D platformer, and for some reason 2D platformers aren't worth $60, apparently. You know, I am perfectly content paying $60 for a short game as long as it's good. Quality is what really matters. But it's always the discussion is about length. I think DKC is better than Super Mario World. I like it more. Do I think Naoto Oshima really designed Trip, or was it a ghost artist? I think it was him. I have no reason to suspect that they lied about that. Why wouldn't he have done it? He did all the art and character design stuff for, Balan Wonderworld, so he's back in the character design business. And you can definitely tell that he did the character designs for Balan Wonderworld. They look like his characters. Stuff like bosses and kind of meh visuals are points to bring up. Yeah, the visuals in the game are not that good. Personally, though, I play video games for the game, not pretty graphics. But I know, you know, nice visuals are important for selling your product. I mean, Cuphead sold itself entirely on its visuals. No one actually cared about the game. They just wanted to play a game that looked like a 1930s cartoon. Thoughts on this act? I think it's fine. Do people not like this zone in particular? Oh yeah, Subsonic Sparkle. His designs in Balan are much better. Trip has a very, like, busy design that I'm surprised to see from Oshima. Because, you know, his designs for Sonic and Eggman are so elegant and simple. And she's got all this, like, detail on her that makes her, like, harder to identify, like, at a glance. And her head shape is kind of, like, weird. She doesn't have, like, a really, like, good, striking, iconic silhouette like Sonic or Tails or Knuckles, you know? Like, she has a silhouette more like Mighty, where it's kind of like, whatever, you know? Thanks, your mummy. I appreciate it, yeah, it's real cool. Getting up there in the world. But she's cute. She is cute, so I'm willing to forgive it. But as a character design, she's definitely not as strong as, you know, the main cast. I don't know about that, Virtuoso. People love Lake's games, and they're kind of ugly. Like Feppert I'm talking about. Like Spark the Electric Jester. Lake is really good when it comes to making games, but he is not the most talented artist in the world. But people put up with it because his games are so goddamn fun. Yeah, the 2D art from Balan Wonderworld looked great. Yeah, she looks better in the animations than in-game. Spark 3 itself looks pretty good. Yeah, but, like, Spark is a pretty bad character design, let's all be honest. On the topic of visuals, have I played... Oh, you deleted the comment, I think. I'm assuming that was a typo, because I didn't know what that was. Spark 2 and 3 look great. I don't think that they're great-looking games. You always thought, like, why a Jester? Because Lake is a big Kirby fan, and he likes the Jester hat that Kirby wears in some of his powers. That's why. The story is pretty hard to follow. You don't know about the story of the Spark games? I don't know what the story of the Spark games is. I've never even watched the cutscenes. Oh yeah, Dayart. All of Lake's games are dripping with Kirby influence. He loves Kirby. Even the music sounds kind of Kirby-ish. Oh, you meant Superstars. The story is hard to follow. I mean, this game doesn't have a ton of story to it. It's very loose and very vague. And I know they were trying to go for, like, you know, classic style storytelling, but it's too little. Like, the fucking dragon just pops up out of nowhere at the end. I know they allude to it, but, like, how does it get released? It just kind of does. Jester hats improve character design by 200%. I don't know if I would agree with that. I'm not a big fan of, like, Jester aesthetic. Lego Boy, Ian said that's not the end. It's just a purple planet or moon or whatever, because it's a fantasy world. Better than Advanced. Definitely I like this game more than Advanced 2, for sure. I like it, overall. I think it's a fun 2D Sonic game. But I can't make my full judgment until I time attack it. Penny's big breakout, or breakaway is what it's really called, is a jester, right? No, she's not a jester. Penny is like a... She looks like a... like, foppish, old-school, like, politician with a powdered wig. I don't know exactly what she's supposed to be, but that's the vibe I get. Advance 2 does have even worse bosses than this game. ZB, isn't that what she looks like? What else would she be? Or a sailor or something. I don't know. Is she a jester? She doesn't look anything like a jester. God, this boss. This boss is a pain. Yeah, Manu, in, I think after the sequel, yeah, there's a power-up where Sonic gets to the friggin' Jester hat and he turns, like, orange. And then Lake was like, ooh, if I just did that and called that an original character, I could make money off of these games. And you know what? He did the right thing. Yeah, exactly, Subsonic Sparkle. She looks like the person that gives the king bad news and then gets executed for it. It's just gameplay footage, the one guy, just in the background, so we can just chill and hang out. He was presumably entertaining the king. That does make sense with, like, the initial trailer and, like, what was going on there. That was the premise of it. So maybe she is a jester, but she doesn't look like the stereotypical jester. Maybe it's a more historically accurate jester. I don't know what actual old-school jesters look like. Not a very interesting game compared to the other classics. No, Superstars isn't, but I think it's a good game. This is probably my favorite boss in Superstars because there's a lot of ways to manipulate the boss's behavior and get hits in early. It's kind of fun, but the insta-kill-ness of the Crusher Piston is annoying to deal with. Yeah, Letter S rebooted. I don't even necessarily disagree with you on that. I think that the Freedom Planet characters have pretty okay character designs. But yeah, a lot of, like, Sonic-inspired games don't have, like, amazing character designs often, I think. Still struggling? Well, clearly I'm still struggling with this boss, but I'm not playing right now. This is pre-recorded footage. Just hanging out. If I had to redesign Sonic, how would I do it? Like, his character design? I wouldn't change anything. I'm no artist, but I have, like, examined Sonic's character design, classic Sonic specifically. And when you really look at it and look at all the parts and how it's put together, it's a genius character design. It really is. Modern I like less. It kind of fucks with the genius, if you ask me. I mean, Boom specifically. Yes, of course. The masterpiece that is Sonic's Boom design. Super Static Pro. I think that is an interesting idea for what you could do with Shadow. I think that is very cool. And you know, you could do that, and you could have like a Shadow sub-series that takes place in the future, but you could still have Shadow be in Sonic games because it's just before he gets put in stasis or whatever, so you get the best of both worlds. And then you could have, like, if it's set in the future, you could have Silver in there without, like, an annoying, stupid justification. And, you know, we know Omega sticks around in the future. You could have, like, a little team there of, like, Shadow, Silver, and Omega on future adventures. That would be cool. I would love that. Sonic Advance 2 fights are shorter than this crap. Well, that's only because I was dying so much. This boss doesn't actually take that long, if you don't die. That means every other character died. Whatever, you just don't acknowledge it. They're just not around because it's the future. Whatever. It's fine. You want a story about that, Sonic White? I mean, I could write one. I could do it. Virtuous Azon. Once you learn how to master Sonic's physics, the spin dash is not necessary. True. But the spin dash does enable you to do things you can't do without it that are pretty friggin' fun. We need a series of Pariah fanfics? We'll see. That may happen, potentially, depending on how well the first one does. Because I do like coming up with ideas for stories. Who is my favorite English voice actor? What's his name? Oh god. I think it's Richard Stephen Horvitz, the guy who plays Zim and Raz in Psychonauts. He's my favorite voice actor. But I imagine you are probably thinking who's my favorite English Sonic voice actor, right? I just stumbled over my words like crazy there. And I was intentionally being pedantic. I don't really care much for the English cast of Sonic. I listen to everything in Japanese. You love my Amy story? Thanks, ZB. And I only came up with that over the course of, like, two or 3 days. I actually, I was thinking of, while I was playing Dream Team, I was kind of thinking, or no, after the fact, while I was time attacking the game, I was thinking about how I could rewrite that story and make it work and, like, give it a story. And you could do so little and give that game a half-decent story. So little effort, so little would need to be changed, and then it could be about something rather than nothing. It feels like they're actively trying to not have story in that game, because there's so many openings for what you could do. How do I feel about the Sonic movies as adaptations? They're Sonic in name only. They are generic Hollywood kid superhero movies featuring the brand of Sonic the Hedgehog from Sega. You know, I never actually thought about rewriting Sonic Forces, because that's been done a million times, and a lot of them that I've seen have been pretty bad. And like I said, I don't really feel that the story of Forces has much potential, so I'm not really interested in trying to improve it. I say just fuck it, let's just leave it. Sonic Sloppy Stars. Very true, Schweet. Some very poor gameplay going on right here, right now. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things about Superstars in general that I don't love. Even though it's got new zones, like Mania, a lot of the gimmicks are taken from previous games still. Like, yeah, we got casino stuff, we have the spinning poles from, is it Wacky Workbench in Sonic CD? You know, there's not, it's also got the things from Press Garden from Sonic Mania, the spinny wheels and the like tracks on them. Like, I wanted a new Sonic game with new things. Yeah, but those poles worked a little bit differently, Sweet. Those you would just go up. These make you go up and down. Those are from Wacky Workbench. Because I'm so much of a Sonic nerd that I can even point out that discrepancy. Yes, Speed Jungle is just start a speedway with Rhine Binding. Well, to be fair, Subsonic Sparkle, they did reuse gimmicks in the original games as well. You know, like Casino Night takes things from Spring Yard. CD especially takes a lot of its stuff from Sonic 1. But yeah, in general, they were much, much better about having new stuff every zone. But I guess that's partially part of the problem, is that how many different things can you come up with to move the characters around in different ways? It's a lot of ideas you gotta have, and making them all original and all different starts to become a problem. Yeah, this zone is one of the weaker zones as far as soundtrack is concerned. Probably the weakest, I would say. You'd rather play Superstars in Frontiers, Virtuous Azon? Well, now that I've messed around with mods in Frontiers, I really do want to play it again and see how improved it is. Because, damn, those mods do a lot to that game. Did I say grind binding? I wasn't paying attention. Speed Jungle looks like it could be a level in Kirby Planet Robobot. That is actually so crazy accurate. I wouldn't agree with that exactly, Subsonic Sparkle. I think Sonic 3 and Knuckles afterwards, they were still doing a lot of new things. It's just that it was like, why are you doing the things you're doing? Please stop. It was a little bit later that it became homages and imitations and stuff. I would really say Sonic Colors is when the imitations begin. Because Sonic Colors was very much when they're, like, back to classic Sonic as far as the formula is concerned in many ways. Kirby Planet Robobot was the exact plot of Sonic 1. I guess there are some aspects of it that are kind of Sonic-like. Awesome level design? That was my fault. That was my fault. Don't blame the level design. You're very welcome, Dream Syntax, and thanks for Shadow Reloaded. Keep up the good work, dude. I definitely do want to check out Shadow Reloaded. I might stream it when I do, to like properly play through it and see what's up. Am I too late, Triple C? No, you're not late. I'll probably hang out till the end of this playthrough, so we got like about an hour and 20 minutes left. Sonic X video when? In the near future. It's gonna happen. What composers would do the soundtrack of my dream Sonic game? You know, I'll say I definitely want Masato Nakamura on there. He doesn't have to be, like, the main guy, but I want him involved. For those that aren't aware, he did the music for Sonic 1 and 2. I think it would be cool to bring him back as the original composer for Sonic. Maybe to just do one song, like the main theme or something like that. Outside of that, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of good Sonic composers. Like, really, I think between Jun at his best, Tomoya, and T-Lopes, any of them could really bang out like a killer Sonic soundtrack. Where's my Sonic OC? Sorry, Blue Star, but I don't really have Sonic OCs. I never really did that, outside of the ones that I made for the Rider story that I'm working on, which you can check out in my community posts. But yeah, I never did the whole OC thing. I was very uncreative as a child. Hideki Naganuma, I mean, Hideki makes great music, but I feel like his music is not very Sonic. The Rush soundtrack was cool, but it's like a very different, unique kind of sound. Thoughts on the new JSR? I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it does in comparison to BRC. Sega waited too long, so now they got competition, so they gotta really pull it out. We'll see how it goes. If I were to guess, based on the 3 seconds of footage that we saw of it, and on nothing else other than just Sega, I would think that BRC is probably going to be a better game than the new Jet Set Radio. I just would guess that. I think Team Reptile is incredibly talented, and we don't know anything about who's making JSR for Sega. We don't know what the budget is going to be. We don't know. But I feel like BRC is just so good that's going to be hard to beat. Am I tired of Otani? Not at all, no. In fact, when I was, like, before, when I was listening to Jun's music, getting footage for all those games, I was listening to a bunch of Otani music as well. And I think Otani is a great composer. He's very versatile. Like, whatever the mission statement is, he can meet it. If you need Sonic music that sounds very orchestral and epic and theatrical, he nails that in Unleashed. If you need Sonic music that's more traditional and old school and just upbeat and fun, he nails that in Colors. Even Forces, I think the music in that is pretty good, and like the music in Sonic Runners is amazing. No, I absolutely am not tired of Otani. I think he does great work. Man, watching his back, there's a lot of crushing in this zone. I never really noticed it before. How do I feel about Freedom Planet 1? I love Freedom Planet 1. I think it's great. Yeah, I guess I would say Frontiers has pretty good sound design. I don't think it's like the most amazing sound design I've ever heard in a game, but it's good. It gets the job done. Do I prefer Western or Japanese RPGs? Well, I'm not really an RPG guy in any direction. I think I've played more JRPGs, but not by many, because I just don't really play many RPGs, period. Have I heard of Sonic Villains? Yes, I'm familiar with it. I haven't really looked into it too much, though. Will I ever rewrite some bad Sonic stories? Yeah, probably, because, you know, I'm working on Colors right now. Those videos should be coming soon, the Colors gameplay and story videos. And I was thinking, like, man, Colors, you could really fix this up and make it pretty good, and maybe I will do a video out of that, because I think I have some pretty fun ideas. They should have brung the people who did the Sonic Unleashed OST to do Frontiers. I have news for you, Media Moocher. They did. It's the same guy. Yo, what's up, Hylian Batman? Welcome to the stream. Oh, Tivy, I didn't notice you before. What's up? Have I ever played Trackmania? Seems like you really like it. No, I've never played it, but I've seen gameplay of it. It does seem cool. But I don't know, like, what's a good Trackmania to play? Because, you know, it's Ubisoft, so, like, any recent one is gonna be, like, a disgusting, horrible microtransaction nightmare. So someone give me a recommendation. What's the Trackmania to play, if I was only gonna play one? Do I like Color DS's story? I mean, it's basically the same story as normal Colors, except the characters aren't written as annoying. So, I mean, there's still nothing really to it. So I'd say no, probably. Thanks, Hylian Batman. Yes, cool milestone. Hope you enjoy Superstars. I did. You'd think Trip would have an insta-shield property to her double jump. I don't know. I think she's fine as is. The insta-shield does affect the design of the games quite a bit. I've noticed that playing the older games with the insta-shield, you're really, when you like really examine the design and how it impacts the gameplay, you're like, yeah, these games were not designed for this. But I'm okay with it because it still is fun. And it lets you, like, cheese out some bosses in cool ways. Mania especially, you can really feel that that game is not designed for the insta-shield. But, whatevs. It's cool. Have I seen the new Link's Awakening PC port? No, did it get a decompilation or something? That's cool. I assume it's DX, right? You did not enjoy Trip's story until playing it with the camera mod? I haven't actually done a playthrough with the camera mod yet, but it certainly seems really good. The only problem with the camera mod is that the hub is not designed for a wide FOV, and so if you pull it out too much, you can just see the seams, and it's quite ugly. So I tried to zoom it out as much as I can right before the hub starts to break. No, it's a whole PC port with no screen transitions? Oh, like a remake? Like a full-on remake that someone is doing? Well, that's unfortunate because we know about it, which means Nintendo's gonna shut it down. Have I tried Sonic Mega Mix? I checked it out. I haven't done like a proper playthrough of the most recent demo yet, but it's super cool. Yes, Sweet, that is correct. Don't announce your Nintendo fan project. Just release it. Go to your local library and put it up from there, and then burn the library to the ground. They'll never be able to track you. Have I suffered through Sonic Omens? No, I never played Sonic Omens. I don't know if I want to. Like, even divorced from all the drama, Apparently it's really bad. Do I prefer Superstars over Mania? Probably not, but I can't say quite yet. Yeah, Triple C, I assume that Omens is not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. I don't know. I might have to check it out for myself to see. But I kind of don't know if I want to touch the game because of all of the everything surrounding it. It might be better to just dodge it completely. I don't know, would you all like to see me cover Sonic Omens? You tell me. Getting some yeses. Oh, we got some no's. It's the ultimate punk rock move to play Sonic Omens. Just live stream it. It would be funny, but no. You'll give me $5 if I do it? Oh, did they take it down? Is Sonic Omens no longer available? April 1st would be a good time. Look, man, I've played a lot of crappy Sonic games in my day. How bad could Omens be? How bad could it be? There are many better 3D Sonic games out there. Yeah, but I'm trying to cover all the Sonic games. Zekrom fan, thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's thanks for the definitive Sonic games list. You are welcome. I hope you and everyone gets a lot of use out of that. I've been adding a lot of stuff to it since I uploaded that video. People have been recommending things to me, and there are some like little gaps and extra things that I realized after the fact, like, oh yeah, I could put that and that and that there. So it's even better now. At this point, unless someone has more things to show me, I feel like it's pretty good for what's currently available. I've already skipped a few Sonic games anyway. Well, I skipped, like, spin-offs, but I'm gonna cover all of the, like, the main games, you know, the Sonic games. Have I heard of Sonic Forces Overclocked? Yeah, I'm probably gonna do something with that. I don't know if I'll review it, but I might do a stream of it or something. We'll see. Oh no, SA1 and 2 are getting Steam ports in Japan? That's weird, but cool. Yeah, that's the thing, Chrono Blue, is that I would divorce my look at Sonic Omens from all the drama and all the shit and its reputation, and I would just look at it as a game. But I feel like doing that might get me in trouble, because if you, like, treat that game with legitimacy, I feel like you're gonna get blasted by the Sonic community, right? How dare you play this hate-filled trash, these people are monsters, whatever, you know? I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah, exactly, Grimjim's saying Sonic Omens is just not worth it, like, I don't know if I want that. I mean, it's not like I'm dying to play the game or anything. But, you know, it's a complete 3D Sonic fan game. That's something. You think this is probably the worst boss in a Sonic game, Sweet? I don't know if I would agree with that. Have you fought the final boss in this video game? Like the final boss? It's awful. It took me an hour. Oh, that's a good point, Zekro fan. I could make a video legitimately reviewing Sonic Omens, but if I put it up on April Fools, then people will be like, oh, it's an April Fool's joke. That might be a good out. You should have said Sonic Superstars as a whole has the worst bosses. I mean, yeah, they're definitely up there with some of the worst. I would say this and Advance 2 are definitely contenders for worst bosses. And 06, of course. But these ones go on the longest and are the most boring, yet also annoying. At least the Final Fang is an actual boss. I mean, kind of. You still spend most of the boss fight standing around doing nothing. It's quite boring. The letter S rebooted. Some people have asked me about that, of would I do similar things for other franchises, you know, best version of all of these games or this or that. But for other franchises, I don't know nearly as much as I do about Sonic. Like, what's the best version of every Mario game? I don't really know. I know a couple of things, like Mario Sunburned and Mario 64 Plus. But, I don't know what's out there for, like, the original games. I'm not sure. Or something like, I don't know, the Rayman games. Is there even anything? There's Rayman Redemption, and then it's just, I don't just play the games, right? There's not as much to talk about. In the case of you mentioning Minecraft mods, I am completely ignorant to the world of Minecraft mods, so I don't know nothing. I kind of like it, Subsonic Sparkle. They talked about that in an interview about experimenting around with zone lengths, and I think it's an interesting choice. I mean, they've done it before. Metropolis had 3 acts in Sonic 2, and what's it called? Sky Sanctuary had 1 act in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So they've messed around with it a little bit, and now this time around they're like, okay, let's try that. Let's make it a thing. And I think it's kind of interesting. And these 1-act zones are much longer than other acts from other zones, so I think it's fine. I think it's cool. Yeah, Charmy. A thing. Yeah, it's a thing in this game. You would have loved if, hidden third acts were found in stages through secret exits. Kind of like Hidden Palace in Sonic 2. Like, if that became, like, a new mechanic in Sonic, secret exits to, like, secret levels, that'd be cool. Ever played Act Fruit? I played 1 Act Fruit once, and I was like, okay, I don't need to play that ever again. Yeah, I hear you, Sweet, and I kind of agree with that, but, you know, I think it's a worthwhile experiment to try once. Why not? Why not? Have I heard of Mario Clips? Yes. I'll probably check it out when it's finished. What are my thoughts on Sonic IDW? I haven't read very much of it, but what I have read, I have not liked. Would I grind on a rail in real life? If I knew how to do it? Yeah, sure. I've been, when it warms back up, I'm gonna pick up, rollerblading. I used to do that as a kid, and I want to get back into it. And who knows, I might go in the aggressive inline direction if I start to really enjoy it. We'll see. Triple C, fave memory of working on this YouTube channel? Probably seeing everyone's reactions to my What Is It About Sonic video, because I literally was planning on making that video before I had ever made a single YouTube video. I have had this channel planned out ahead of time for a very long time. You know, I have video ideas from before I started getting viewership that I've still yet to make, that I've been planning. The whole Sonic video series has been a whole big thing in the works. Thank you very much, Otaku Guy. It's cool. It's cool. We're getting places. I should try Double Dash, like Mario Kart Double Dash. I played it as a kid. Thank you, Zekrom fan. Well, Grim Jim, I can't really do that if I don't have anything to grind with. If I just do it with my shoes, then I'm gonna die. I agree, Sweet. Imagine being a Sonic fan. Couldn't be me. Would I ever be a teacher? I don't know. Probably not, because teachers get paid really poorly, right? Get the soap shoes? You know, as a kid, I actually did try to get soap shoes, but I could never find them. My parents could never find them. 'Twas not to be. They had a whole fucking, like, crossover marketing deal, and they couldn't even capitalize on it, because then when a kid that loves Sonic wanted to get them, I wasn't able to. A horrible failed marketing campaign, and that's why soap shoes closed down. Have I seen the Secret Rings Project 06 mod? Yeah, I have. It certainly is neat. We'll see where it goes. Some professors actually get paid pretty well. Yeah, but there's a difference between being a teacher and being a professor. What's wrong with Render 96? I just don't like the look of it. Like, that whole old school sprite, or old school 3D model pre-rendered look, I just don't like it. I think it looks bad. You think this level sucks? Too many gimmicks? Yeah, I kind of feel you about that, Sweet. A lot about this game's design and its weaker aspects to it, I feel was done for, like, co-op purposes. Like, a lot of the auto-scrollers, how this game has so many auto-scrollers. I think it's because it gives us an opportunity to have all 4 characters on screen so you can play the game. Stuff like that. No, I cannot appreciate 90s pre-rendered Soul because it looks terrible. I'm sorry. Normally, I'm pretty down for, like, appreciating, you know, limitations and what they were able to accomplish, but early 3D model stuff just looked so awful. Like, a lot of people are really hyped up on, like, Sonic Adventure's early 3D renders for the characters. I think they look atrocious. And, like, the pre-rendered model they had for Sonic in, like, the cutscenes of Sonic 3D Blast for Saturn, they look so bad. They look so bad. I'm hearing you, Sweet, but I just can't bring myself to care because it just looks too bad. Like, the animation is so primitive and shitty. Also, there's the whole thing that, like, all of that stuff was happening at the same time as Toy Story, so it's not like it was limitations of the technology. They were just bad. God, the iframes on the bosses in this game. Could you at least have the bosses flash for the entire time of their invincibility so it wasn't confusing? Definitely disagree with that, Henrique. I think Toy Story still looks great. Obviously, the textures and models and lighting aren't as mind-blowing, but the animation is still wonderful in Toy Story. Toy Story was made by Disney, though? What does that mean? It was made by people who were good at 3D animation that early on. Funded, you mean? I mean, yeah, it had the funding. But funding... I mean, I guess, yeah, it's a fair argument. With funding, you can hire the best of the best. But, that's just kind of how all arts are. Over time, just... the average just gets better. Back in the Renaissance, Da Vinci was the greatest painter in the world, and nowadays, you can pay someone like 20 bucks online to draw something just as good as he could. It's a weird world when you think about it in that context. How much could Da Vinci make nowadays in furry commissions? That's a funny idea of, like, Renaissance painters now as artists in the modern world struggling to make a living online. Raphael has to start doing NSFW art to make the ends meet. This is a funny concept. Someone should do something with this. You don't get why Act 2 of this ice zone stops being ice-themed? What's like an Eggman Factory ice zone? They got into NFTs. Paint famous paintings, but add NSFW. Exactly. There's the Mona Lisa, and then there's the Mona Lisa with the 18+ patch. The boss in this zone is pretty friggin' atrocious. You're definitely right about that, the one guy. Yeah, it is a pretty bland zone. It's just snowy mountains. Quite lame. Do I think the concept of Sonic EXE could work if done right? No. Heevil's Way. I don't know. Are you hidden? I don't think so, because I can read your comment. Look, I don't hide people unless you start trolling or being annoying. Yeah, Tibby. I forgot to mention in the video the RSDK mod manager that does the same thing for all the Retro Engine games. Yeah, and the SA mod manager is going to eventually have Adventure 2 support. It's cool. Yeah, definitely the most forgettable. Again, I think the level design is fine, but definitely very forgettable. When will I be doing the Mario Maker stream? Soon. I'm gonna stop saying that I'm gonna do things at certain times, because this entire channel is just me doing what I want when I feel... what I want when I want. So, it'll happen when it happens. Probably... See, I'm not gonna... I was gonna say when. I'm not gonna say when. It'll be soon. When's the Pariah IRL fan meet? I don't know. I might go to a con eventually at some point. I've never been a con person. I've never gone to a con before. But who knows? I might do it at some point. Give the year. You know what? I can't even give a reliable year on when it's gonna come out. I'd like to say 2023, but we'll see. does Pariah work on Valve time? As far as the channel is concerned, absolutely. Yeah, definitely agree with that, Subsonic Sparkle. I think a big problem with the game is that the introduction doesn't give us like a good sense of place in the same way that like Sonic 3 and Knuckles does, where like you read the manual and you get, you know, the legend of the island that was sent into the sky, and then, you know, it comes down, there's the tidal wave, and Sonic and Tails go to investigate, and then the game starts with the in-game intro of them coming to the island. They run into Knuckles. Like, we understand what's happening in that situation. Whereas in this game, it's just like, Sonic and Tails are flying to the island because they are, and go, you know? This game needed a manual with a story with a couple of paragraphs. That would have been cool. But, you know, game manuals aren't a thing anymore. See ya, Hevel's Way. Thanks for showing up. Thoughts on Mania's original story treatment? Is there info out there about Mania's original story? I don't know what it was. I would definitely be interested to hear it, because I don't like that Mania became Mania instead of what they wanted it to be. And I think what its story would have been probably would have been better than what it was. The hard-boiled heavies were more involved? Okay, well, that's still not the original story treatment. I did see an interview with Christian where he talked about how originally the hard-boiled heavies weren't even in the game. They were added after Sega told them to make it a nostalgia fest. Pre that, it had a different story, and we don't know what that story was. Sonic Discovery was going to be 4 zones. I don't know where people get that idea from, Chili Pepper. I think that Sonic Discovery was going to be a full game, and they just couldn't make it, so they took 4 of the zones they wanted to make and put them in Mania. I think that's what happened. And Eggman quit because he was depressed. Okay. I know that the classic Sonic and Forces was originally not going to have anything to do with Mania. It was going to be like a Phantom Ruby illusion, right? But then they had to tie it together with Forces, and they had to tie it together with Mania. And then add the stupid Phantom Ruby to Mania, and it doesn't even make sense how it works. Virtuous Azon, that I have not heard this anywhere. From what I have heard from like interviews with Christian, they were pitching it as a new 2D Sonic game, as if Sonic Team had continued making 2D games on the Saturn, and then Sega said, make it a nostalgia fest. That is coming directly from Christian Whitehead saying that. So that's all I know. I've never seen where people get that from, that idea that it was only going to be 4 zones or whatever. Can I send you a link to the OG Sonic Mania story? I don't know. Oh, that's probably not asking me. Have I ever made up a game in a dream? You know, I actually had a dream before Sonic Frontiers came out that I was playing Sonic Frontiers and that it was fucking amazing. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, the game's probably not going to be that good when it comes out. And it wasn't. I don't really remember the details of the dream, though. I just remember I was having a shit ton of fun with it. By the way, I'm sure all y'all have seen the rumors, leaks, whatever, about that Sonic and Shadow game, right? Sounds pretty interesting, and, you know, leaks are like a thing that, you know, you don't know if you can listen to it, but, the last Sonic leak was pretty reputable, with Sonic Rangers, right? And I think it's coming from the same person, right? I think? Someone correct me on that. What Sonic and Shadow game? I saw a thing, yeah, there was a Zippo leak that, in 2024, there's gonna be a Sonic and Shadow game that's not a sequel to Frontiers. It's gonna be, like, a more traditional boost game. Don't know if it's real or not, but, the last Sonic leak was pretty spot on, so, we'll see. Yeah, I was seeing stuff about that. You look it up. Okay, so Zippo did accurately leak some stuff, but it wasn't the Rangers leak. Moo 6 Rocks? I don't think it'll be an SA2 remake. I don't think that they have any interest in doing something like that. I do think that they... See, that's the other thing. A Sonic and Shadow game makes sense because the third movie is coming out, but also, I saw recently a clip from Ian's podcast where he alluded, he knowing smiled about some details about Shadow that alluded to things coming in the future. So that adds more credibility to it to me that, like, what he was alluding to might be that Sonic and Shadow game, potentially. So, I'm gonna say that I find the leak relatively plausible at the moment, but we'll see. Okay, the Ranger stuff was a beta tester who played it on 4chan? Okay. Wonder what it's gonna be about? Yeah. No idea. I assume Ian is gonna be writing the game, which, you know, doesn't give me the most hope for the story. But you all saw that coming. Plus, there's all the, like, weird mandates about how Shadow is allowed to be handled these days. Well, Grim Jim, that 4chan thread that leaked Sonic Rangers was 100% completely accurate. Everything that he said was the game. Completely. So... I hate Ian's writing. I don't know if I'd say I hate it, but I certainly don't like it. Who would be my preferred writer if possible? Well, specifically for the Sonic and Shadow game, I think it would be awesome if they brought back Shiro Maekawa. Shadow is his character, man. Let him come back and do the Sonic Shadow game if that's real. That would be awesome. Who is my... but in general, who's my ideal Sonic writer? Me. I'd love to take a crack at writing Sonic games. Put me in, coach. I can do it. I wouldn't say that necessarily, P2K. That remains to be seen. A lot of the level design in Frontiers is still pretty weak. You hope this Shadow and Sonic game is more like Adventure instead of Boost? Well, in the leak, it mentions that it's like... It explicitly says that it's not a sequel to Frontiers, it's a follow-up to, like, Generations and Forces. So I interpret that as meaning it's gonna be a Boost game. It would be cool if it was Adventure style, though. A Sonic story and a Shadow story. What's the best movie this year, in my opinion? I probably can't answer this because I don't really watch many movies. What came out this year? The first thing that comes to my head is Across the Spider-Verse. What else came out? Like, I don't... Because I watch a lot of older stuff. I don't know, like, what came out this year or what wasn't. Like, one of my favorite movies that I watched this year was A Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks. Love that movie. So good. I have no idea when it came out, though. Oh, yeah, Oppenheimer. I haven't seen it yet. I want to, but I haven't gotten around to it. Barbie? I mean, I haven't seen Barbie, but I highly doubt that would be my favorite movie of the year. Is it good? I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to Barbie. Yeah, I'm going to see Shin Godzilla tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I think A Man Called Otto is very new, but I don't know if it's this year. Oh yeah, Lego Luigi. I love Tom Hanks. I've actually, because I watched A Man Called Otto because I was like marathoning a bunch of Tom Hanks movies. I watched Big, I watched Castaway, I watched Finch on Apple Plus or whatever. It was pretty good. I quite enjoyed it. You know, Tom Hanks is just great. I love him in everything. Best Tom Hanks movie? I feel inclined to say Saving Private Ryan, probably. There was The Marvels. Nobody watched The Marvels. Yes. Did I watch The Green Mile? I didn't watch it for the marathon, because I've seen it before. It's good. It's really fucking long, though. Yeah, they've been saying that kind of stuff, Blue Star, which is a little weird, because, like, it's not that different from just a typical Boost game. It just has more responsive controls. The Marvel's gonna have the Morbius treatment? I don't know about that. People, like, Morbius turned into a meme, but I don't think anyone cares about the Marvels, do they? This stage looks painfully awful. Watch your tongue. This stage is based off of Space Harrier. How dare you? I've never actually played Space Harrier before, though. Yeah, Tom Hanks was Woody. Polar Express? Tom Hanks was in that? I didn't know that. Is Polar Express good? I've never actually seen it. Oh, it's Fantasy Zone? This is the same mistake I made in my frickin' Let's Play video. I always mix up Space Harrier and Fantasy Zone. No, Bayonetta is the game that had the... See, I forgot which one was which one again. Immediately. Bayonetta's the one that had the Space Harrier level. And I didn't like that level. You miss mocap movies, Sweet? Just go watch any Hollywood blockbuster. They always have CG characters that are mocapped. Yeah, Spirit VO. They should definitely bring back, or Sprit VO? Yeah, Sprit VO. They should bring back the Lost World gameplay style. That was everybody's favorite. No, Charmy the Charizard, it is not the end. Ian Flynn has said that it's not. And I, for one, never thought it was. I saw it and I was like, it's a purple moon. Whatever. You mean the green screen movies? Yeah, every movie. Is there a lives mod for this game? Not now, I don't think. Media Moocher, depending on what game we're talking about, Sonic's world has 2 moons, but in other games it doesn't, or whatever, or who cares. But no, the end wouldn't be visible in any previous games because the end was sealed inside the Titan, for, you know, however long since the Ancients. So it would just not be there. Because, Lil Hippie, why would there be a purple moon if not the end? Because it's a space thing in a fantasy game, and they put a purple moon because it's cool? Is it even a moon? It might be a planet. I don't know. Whatever. Why not make it a green moon, huh? What's wrong with a purple moon? Frontier story feels like a light novel that desperately is in need of an editor. I don't agree with that. I don't even know what I would call Frontier's story. It's just like a bunch of people standing around talking as nothing happens. Thoughts on the Badniks? Correction, Eggman's robots. Thank you, Sweet. You've probably all noticed that I never call them Badniks. I don't use that term. I call them just Eggman robots. Thoughts on them in this game? They're fine. Whatever. There are some fun ones, but they don't really stand out particularly. Frontier's story is peak. Certainly I would not agree with that. Not as cute as the classic ones, seem too primitive. I like there's like a kangaroo one in the carnival zone, that one's cute. And I like the, like, gameplay design of the caterpillar one here, that it shoots in all different directions, and then when the level reverses, it has shots that come toward it. That's a cool design. Sweet, the thing about that's weird is that it's inconsistent. I'm fine with the black and blue eyes, just make it consistent. But they, like, go back and forth, which is weird. That's a good point, Zekrofan. When people say peak, they mean that it's all downhill from there. Really a bad thing to call something peak. Hey, maybe it has a lore explanation. Somebody ask Ian Flynn on his podcast. Ready? I'll do it for him. Eggman is reusing some old robots, so he's got some parts left over, and that's why the eyes are inconsistent. That's canon. Boom. Look at that. I could be on the lore team. It's so easy. You just pull shit out of your ass. Boom. So easy. Does this look like a Forces stage? It really does. It really does look like a Forces stage. Who said mountains can't have more than one peak? I mean, isn't that different mountains then? Oh yeah, I remember that crush death. Look at that. That was fucked up. I mean, that's totally legitimate. That's fine. But damn, that don't feel good. Yeah, Amy in Frontiers is very weird. I mean, everyone behaves weirdly in Sonic Frontiers. Hey, Gesakai, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Sonic CD had the best Eggman robots? Trying to think. Honestly, I really like the robot designs in Heroes. I love the egg pawns. I think they're a great design. And, like, you know, you got the turtle, and the E-10,000s are kind of cool looking, as, like, kind of cool mecha robots, but they still have that, like, cartoony, Sonic-y nature to them. I think the Heroes robots are pretty good. Do I prefer the animal robots or the more humanoid robots from Heroes Unleashed? I think it really depends on the style of game. I think that, like, for classic games, I really like the, you know, cartoony animals. But for modern stuff, I think that, like, the bipedal humanoid robots as, like, just a general armed force works very well. I get that, Schweet, but from, like, a practical purpose, the egg pawns make a lot of sense. That they can be, like, the bulk of Eggman's army, and then you can, you know, use them for multiple different purposes, not just from, like, an in-universe, but also from, like, a development perspective. They're very versatile enemies. So I think they're smartly designed in that way. And I think, you know, they fit very well. I like how they look like Eggman, because obviously Eggman's so full of himself that he's like, of course, my robots need to look like me, because I'm so amazing. You prefer Egg Robos? Egg Robos are good too, but, like, I feel like they don't work as well as, like, basic enemy types. They're, like, stringy limbs. They don't really work well for, like, holding weapons and, like, actively doing things. Well, Virtuous, they've just completely removed that entirely from Amy's character. Because that's sexist, or something. Yeah, it is weird, Lego Luigi, that, the roller coasters in Pinball Carnival have an egg pawn on them. That's a little weird. That's like mixing of styles. Yes, agree completely, Duke72. I mean, again, that's every character in that game. For no reason, everyone is super somber in that game, because we wanted to have the tone of Breath of the Wild, because we're copying that game. Best written Sonic female overall go? I mean, it's obviously Blaze, right? Is there even a question? Blaze has thankfully dodged a lot of the terrible modern writing by just not being in things. Yeah, I mean, Cream is also fine, because, again, she doesn't really do any things in modern stuff. She's wasted in Dream Team, though. They could have done something with her, but instead they chose to do nothing. The Shara. I mean, Shara's a fine character as, like, a one-off. Sure. But Blaze has more going on because she's been in more games. Although, if we include 06, that does bring Blaze down a little bit because whatever the fuck is going on in that game makes no sense. Would I marry Blaze? No. Topaz just because she's hot. I like Topaz in Sonic X. I like that they give Rouge, like, a gal pal. I think that's fun. You would marry Chaos? Okay. You do you, Sweet. Dream Team's story is not kinda nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Oh, is that a Chris Chan thing? I don't know nothing about Chris Chan. I do not know. If I could visit a country for free outside of Japan, which one? I don't know where it is. Don't know what country it's in. I think it's like Greenland or something like that. I want to go to the town of Svalbard. It is the northernmost town in the world. It is super cold there all the time, and it's like night for 6 months straight. And I think that's very interesting. I want to just go there and see what it's like to live there. Like, what's it like to live in a world where it's night for months on end? And, like, it's so cold that, a lot of the buildings are, like, directly connected to each other, so you don't have to go outside to go around town. Like, it's such an interesting place. I'd like to see what it's like there. It's inspiring. I want to, like, write a book in a setting like that or something. Milestone question. If I could talk to myself when I first started out the channel, what would I say? Probably nothing. You know what I would say? Learn how to configure your microphone. I'm using the same mic that I used in those early videos. I just had no fucking idea what I was doing. And truthfully, I still don't really have any idea what I'm doing. But it certainly sounds a lot better now. Yeah, I'm dying a lot in this level. But, you know, it's the hard mode playthrough, so I'm fine with it. Medium Moocher, don't think about it too much. It doesn't matter. If I could tell myself anything from 10 years ago, what would it be? Probably something that I would not share on stream. Personal stuff. Am I interested in the new Hunter x Hunter video game? No. I never have watched Hunter x Hunter. Don't know anything about it. Don't really care. How would I buff, nerf, redesign the Emerald powers? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Definitely nerf some of them, for sure. I don't know. It's really difficult. This game is trying to do many different things at the same time. Like, how do you balance 7 different, like, weird power-ups while at the same time also make the game workable without those power-ups while at the same time also accommodating for 4-player co-op? Not easy. Is my self-esteem getting better? My username, the backstory has nothing to do with self-esteem, actually. As much as I would like to say it does, it actually doesn't. It's just an old in-joke with friends. I'm working on things. I got a therapist. We're working through stuff. Things are going pretty well. Getting better every day. Wait, therapy works? It's been working extremely well for me. I'll say that, Charmy the Charizard. I've made a lot more progress, a lot more quickly than I ever would have expected. We don't talk about Sonic with my therapist. Just finished Season 3 of The Sopranos, Tivy. Never watched The Sopranos, but I've heard it's excellent. Thanks, ZB. I appreciate that. Glad to hear that y'all care about me. That means a lot. It's nice to have kind of my own little community now of y'all dudes and everyone that just watches my stuff and comments and everything. Having my people is something I've never had before, and it's awesome. I really appreciate all you guys. This isn't just, you know, my milestone of 20,000. Look at me, I make more money now. It's also, I do really appreciate all of you watching my stuff. It's great. Now for the bad part, absolutely. Let me see how much we have. Only 23 minutes left in the recording, so didn't take me too long to deal with this boss, but yeah, it's miserable. Yeah, this is the final boss, so after I beat this, that'll be the end of the stream. Why are we playing Sonic Superstars bosses? This is pre-recorded. This is just my playthrough of when I was doing Trip's story. Yeah, Charmy, I'm with you there. I never had my people before, and it's cool to have something like that now. Dayart, there's nothing hot about that take. Literally everyone says this boss sucks. No, I'm not playing right now. It's too distracting trying to play and read chat at the same time. It distracts me from the game, and I can't read nearly as much chat as I would like because I'm trying to play a video game at the same time. Hey, it's not Fang's fault that his boss fight sucks. Blame the boss designer. The character is still cool. Oh no, the final boss is absolutely worse of Sonic Sparkle. This took me, I'm looking at the time right now, it took me like 25 minutes to beat this boss. The final boss took me an hour. Literally an hour to beat it, which is absurd for a fucking Sonic boss. And it's not because it was hard, it's because I just kept running out of rings because the attack cycles were just taking too long and they just weren't giving me enough. It's so fucking awful. Also, does anyone else feel that the final boss looks really stupid? Like, it does not look like a... I think it's one of those, like, classic Sonic things of, like, how they approach classic Sonic, where it's like, well, if it's a big dragon, it has to be, like, cartoony, but it's like, yes, but not that. It doesn't need to look like fucking Barney the dinosaur. Which is weird. Like, you would have thought Naoto Oshima would have designed that, and then it would look fine. What happened? Yeah, Dragon Trip also looks weird. Yeah, very kiddie looking. Like, it looks like it's the bad guy on, like, some Dora the Explorer knockoff or something. You think so? You think so, Sweet? I don't know. Some of those ideas are just inherently like, how do you make 4-player co-op in Sonic work? How the hell do you do that? I have no idea. The camera is just an unsolvable problem. They look like they came from My Little Pony. Yeah. Doesn't look good. Are you insane, or does this game have, like, no air drag? It definitely has a lot less than classic games, it feels like. Tether all 4 characters like Chaotix? Honestly, I would love that. Bring back the tether. Fucking, the tether shit was great in Knuckles Chaotix. If you learned how to use it, that'd be amazing. But they would never do that. And with 4 people tethered together, that would be chaos. Oh no, the game definitely has air drag, but it feels like it's got less than the other classic games. It feels like a spin dash jump carries your distance way more. Ever played a Sonic game without air drag? Yeah, I played fan games. Am I insane, or does this game have the most fun physics in 2D Sonic? You're insane, Tibby. I mean, it's very close to, you know, accurate Sonic physics. But it is missing a couple of things, like, jumping on enemies and, like, having your height preserved. That doesn't happen in Superstars. I hear you, Sweet, but at the same time, I also kinda dislike Mania because it's people that have a lot of passion being forced to do something stupid in making a nostalgia fest. Yeah, this boss. Why did every attack this fucking boss had to do have to be an insta-kill? That's so annoying. Yeah, Gesakai. Exactly. I love Sonic Mania, but I would have really loved Sonic Discovery, I think. Yeah, and I can't imagine this boss in 4-player co-op. Mania was all original levels. Some levels just reused old level themes and level design. Like, Green Hill Act 1 in Mania is Green Hill Act 1, 2, and 3 glued together with a little extra ending bit. Holy shit, that was close. My god. How insta-kills work on co-op? I assume they just kill you, and just whoever doesn't die gets to keep playing. Wow. Fucking going for that hit. That was crazy. I assume this boss can be played as 4. Oh, the Elden Ring expansion is coming in February? Cool. Cool. Are there any details of what it is? I assume it's like a new area. Is it going to be like a separate campaign, or are you going to take your character into it? I assume, right? Is this the part where you start trying to have fun and keep dying for it? Well, I'm always trying to have fun and dying for it, Iger J, but yes, that definitely happens in here. It's true, Sweet, but that's not even what we're talking about, right? We're talking about, like, the soul behind it. And Mania has a lot of soul, and that's kind of what annoys me, because that passion is not being allowed to do what it wants. There's corporate meddling going on there that annoys me. Have I seen Pikmin Squared? It's a Pikmin 1 remake in Pikmin 2. I mean, I guess that's cool, but what's the point of that? Pikmin 1 and 2 play almost identically. What does it do? Like, why would I want to play that over just playing normal Pikmin 1? Pikmin 2 has some gameplay and visual changes. So you get that with Pikmin 1's levels? I'll look into it. Sure. Sounds cool. I don't know. When I played Pikmin 1 and 2 back to back, they felt like almost the exact same game to me. Isn't there a mod porting Sonic Adventure 2 to Sonic Adventure 1? Yeah, there is. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just play Sonic Adventure 1, thanks. I mean, it's cool, but, you know, I'm not actually gonna, like, play it for the sake of playing that game. Oh, because I played the remasters and they're more similar to each other? That makes sense. Well, the first time I played Pikmin 1 and 2, I played the Wii versions. I don't know if those have the same improvements, but those felt pretty much identical, too. What was the specific part of One Piece that made you drop it? It wasn't, like, a particular part that I got to that I was like, I'm done. It's just my interest in anime changed, and really it was just the fucking anime is so slow-paced and shittily made. But the part that I stopped watching was Fishman Island. Pikmin 1 and 2 GC are the best way to play them? I don't know, Sweet. I really like the gyro controls for controlling the pointer in, on the Switch versions. Very nice. When I went to play Pikmin 2 Caveless, I was really like, oh, when I whistle, I can't move the gyro around to, you know, whistle better. Gyro breaks the balance. Yeah, I see that, and I understand that, and I don't really care. I mean, the Pikmin games aren't hard to begin with, so what does it matter? When's my birthday, Sonic White? Next week, actually. I'm gonna be doing a thing with friends. I'm looking forward to it. Everyone hates Fishman Island. I wasn't, like, particularly hating Fishman Island. That's when I was like, I can't handle this slow-paced bullshit anymore. My birthday is near Christmas? Yeah, it is. Which kind of sucks, because as a kid, you get, like, the combo birthday Christmas presents, which means you just get less gifts. I know how it goes, extended family. You ain't fooling me. Oh, well, we spent more on your gift than we would have otherwise. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Whatever. Why are we talking about woke Pikmin? What happened? I missed it. That's rough, bro. I mean, whatever. It doesn't actually matter. Cutest Pikmin type? My first inclination is to either say pinks or glow Pikmin. I think glow Pikmin are pretty cute as little ghosties. Is the lack of presence something you went to therapy over? Absolutely. I couldn't handle it. It was so traumatizing. You think Fang's mech design is pretty cool? I think it kind of has the same problem as the final boss dragon, that it looks a little too, like, kiddie, quote-unquote, if you know what I mean. What has the better aesthetics, Sonic or Knights? Well, Sonic has had, like, 75 different aesthetics just itself, so I don't even know how to compare that. Also, I've never played a Knights game to completion, so I can't exactly say. I mean, I do love the aesthetic of the original Knights game just because I love Sonic Team stuff from that era. Like, the Saturn era, their vision was so fucking awesome, and I'm so mad that we never got a Sonic game in that style. Sonic Jam, man. That Sonic World. What could have been? What could have been? I want a really shitty Saturn 3D Sonic game. I want it so bad. Do I think Hey Pikmin is good? I've never played it. Would I play a Balan sequel? You know what? If it looked like it was very improved over the first one, absolutely. Absolutely I would, because I think there is potential in Balan Wonderworld. It just needs to be done right. Don't think that's ever going to happen, but yes, I would, if it looked improved. What is Pikmin even about? It's a time management strategy game, and it's about not dying on an alien planet, trying to repair your ship before you run out of oxygen. That's what the first Pikmin is about, at least. Balan 2, introducing a dedicated jump button and nothing else. You know what? That would be a pretty significant improvement. Pikmin is about gang warfare. In a way, kind of. Pikmin is about ants. Yeah, that's also correct. I love, especially in Pikmin 3, when you're using Go Here and, like, you have multiple groups of Pikmin all over the map doing things. It really gives you that feeling of, like, an ant colony of, you know, they're over there doing their thing, everyone's doing their part, and it's all coming together to a bigger whole. Obviously, Pikmin, like, part of the idea was, like, inspired by an ant colony, but they're like, but ants, though, so we need to make them cute. So turn them into little plant guys. And it is cute, so it was a good idea. What game manager would? I do love meter management. I think it's a great system. SF6 has great meter management with a drive gauge. Is Balan worse than Sonic 06? Absolutely. Definitely. I mean, Sonic 06 is a more fucked up game, but it's also more fun. Have I played any of the Sly Cooper games or Jak and Daxter? Yeah, I've played all the Sly games and I think all the Jak games. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, this boss fight, not fun. And this was just after fucking going through Final Horizon, so you have that game and this back-to-back with these shitty boss fights at the end of Sonic games. It's like, dude, come the fuck on. At least when Sonic boss fights are shitty, most of the time it's because you kill them in 10 seconds. That's fine. A bunch of Dodonpachi games, Andrew Wood. I've heard of Dodonpachi, but I don't really know anything about it. Have I played ARMS? Yeah, ARMS is really cool. I like it. It's very unique as a fighting game, which I appreciate. And I had a lot of fun with it when I was playing. I mained Dr. Coyle, by the way. Coolest character. Fucking love Dr. Coyle. Now that's a waifu right there. Dr. Coyle is some serious waifu material. How is my sanity? I think pretty good. Fuck you, the one guy. How about that? How about that? Personally, Sweet, I prefer Classic and Sonic being separate. I think that it has more interesting potential. Do I think ARMS will ever get a sequel? Probably not, would be my guess. I don't think that it hit the success that Nintendo wanted out of it. And it was by the Mario Kart team, and I feel like it's just a smarter business decision for them to just make Mario Kart. Any opinions on Splatoon? Splatoon is great. I've played only the first two. I haven't gotten the third one yet, but I love Splatoon. Honestly, one of my favorite shooters in recent years. I think Splatoon is really fun. I love the movement. Do I like Classic being younger Sonic? No, I think that's stupid. Opinion on cheese? Don't ask me that. I'm gonna get crucified anytime I say it. I don't like cheese. I mean, I'll have it with things, but I prefer not to. Yeah, ZB, thank you very much. But yeah, it's really weird having, when you think about it. Like, I picture it if, like, I was in a room and there were 20,000 people listening to me talk about Sonic the Hedgehog and how bizarre of an experience that would be. But it's pretty awesome when you think about it, huh? That people like to listen to me talk about things, that I'm interesting enough, I suppose. Am I lactose intolerant? No, I just don't like cheese. Favorite flavor of lollipop? Root beer. Well, you're only 104, yes, but, you know, just in general, having that many subscribers. Do I like candy? Not hugely. I mean, I'll have it from time to time, but I don't have it on a super regular basis. Like, I haven't had a lollipop in years, probably. But, you know, I'll take some candy here and there. Have I seen the new game by the Dead Cells people? Yeah, I think it looks pretty interesting. Do I like chili dogs? I mean, yeah, sure. They're good. I like hot dogs. I like chili. You put them together, it's good. Or I prefer the taste of Sega's boot. I have shit on the Sonic Team and Sonic games far too much for me to ever become, like, a Sega shill. I don't think they'll ever contact me. I'm far too harsh on them. They need someone... They need the people who will just blindly say how amazing everything Sonic is. and I'm not that guy. Yeah, Subsonic Sparkle. It does surprise me as well how well I manage to do with such long videos, but sometimes, you know, I go back and watch my own stuff to, like, review it and see what I think after some time has passed, and sometimes I get sucked into my own videos, so there's definitely an engaging quality to them, so yeah, I guess people like it. What fandom do I think is the most cult-like and will defend the series no matter what? Religion? Does that count? Give up chips or give up fries? Ooh. Give up fries, I'm gonna say. I know, ZB, it was a joke. Yeah, stream almost ending. Got a minute left before I beat the boss. Not fries. I mean, but chips, though. What chips, though? There you go. Finally over. Jesus Christ, that boss sucked. Yeah, I know. About time. So terrible, these final bosses. Every single final boss in this game. The worst. What do I think about Honey the Cat? She's fine. But, you know, she's not really a character. That is true, Blue Stars, but Cyber Shell is much, much, much more popular than I am. I am not big enough to have Sega contact me, and the fact that I am so critical of them does not help. Yeah, I like this cutscene. It's cute. Trip is cute. She's adorable. Yeah, and that is it. I think that is the end of the video. Yep, right there. Hold on. Where is it? Did I not make a thing? I did not make a thing. I gotta make a thing for, like, end of the stream. Oh yeah, you like, my Outer Wilds wallpaper there? I gotta make a thing for the end of the stream, like, thanks for watching, like, whatever. Let's get Pariah to max level? I don't even know what you're talking about. How long Barney boss time? It took me an hour to fight. Anyway, I just restarted the footage just for the last little minute. Thanks for hanging, everybody. I'm gonna go now. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for being my fans and watching my stuff. I appreciate it. I'll see you again soon when I feel like streaming. Mario Maker will happen when it happens. I'll see y'all later.